But look at this, here it is. The world's biggest indoor carousel. Look at the insanity of this thing. Hello, and welcome to Hello, I Am Clutch, where I am here today at the House on the Rock, going around seeing everything there is to see at this amazing, amazing attraction. Now, this is actually part 2 of the series of me going around the House on the Rock. If you haven't seen part 1, that includes the actual main center, the house itself, and some other fun surprises. You can actually see that video. I'll put a link in the description if you haven't watched that already. If you have, welcome back. Glad you're here. We're now going on to section 2, which starts with this part, the Mill House. Now, the Mill House is going to take us through to some other fun sections. I believe the Heritage of the Sea area and a bunch of other, again, fun surprises, craziness. If you've been in the video already, you know what to expect. If you haven't, it's kind of fun without the context. Basically, collections upon collections upon collections, and lots of automated instruments. That's the summation of it. Also, a whale that's larger than the entire Statue of Liberty. So anyway, let's go inside. This is when the house really starts to get fun and bizarre. This door is great. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's actually jutted out like a slight angle. I think it goes in. Yep. Ooh, and there we start. And again, it still feels kind of like a house, but there's now just like collections upon collections. Like, look at this. Look, there's all this taxidermy here. There's a bunch of interesting guns up there. There's a bunch of these like paperweights down here. Oh, this is cool. You can kind of see the actual other side of the mill from out here, so that's great. And over here, another where you can put a token. So this is a grand music box. There's a million of these. I'm going to show you a lot of them. Someone already put a token in, so I got a freebie out of this one. That's apparently one of their pro tips is find someone who definitely got a lot of tokens, like Clutch, and just follow them around, and you won't have to spend as much. But if no one is around, they do have the machines to get you the tokens. Now, they did say, I forgot to mention earlier, that these machines that you find only take $1 bills, so make sure you have $1 bills in advance. At the front is where you can get the best deals for more stuff. So let's keep looking around the craziness of the Mill House. So again, don't normally like to show going in bathrooms, but the bathrooms here have stuff. I've checked, no one else is in here. But like, look, you just walk in and there's a whole case of trains and a whole case of really interesting sewing machines. Look at these things, it's crazy. And then here, they have just one of these, but it's a clutch. Ha! So over here we have like a crazy collections of guns. And again, it's not just like going to a place that has a gun collection. Like, look at these things. You've heard of like a 6-shooter. This is like, look at that one there. That's like a 12 shooter. That one's like a 24 shooter. This is amazing. Like, just what's here? And again, they kind of present it without context. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's from. And for Clutch, that makes it a lot easier to kind of talk about, because I'm bad at like reading the information and telling you about it. So that's what I love about House on the Rock, is it's really just a place to look at a lot of stuff. Like, this looks like a paint gun. It reminds me of Homer's paint gun when he tried to invent a paint gun or a makeup gun that he shot Marge in the face with. That's a deep cut reference to The Simpsons there. Got a couple neat blunderbusses over here. Blunderbuss-eye, blunderboxin'. Oh, this is a really cool section for Clutch. I love this. This looks like it's a bunch of metallic banks. Like if you look close, these are all like you'd like put the hand in the clown's hand and it goes in his mouth. I think a lot of these look like you put it in Uncle Sam's hand there and it would go in. So these just look like old mechanical banks. Again, collections upon collections upon collections. It's amazing. And then what's interesting is if you just look around the other way, for some reason, it's like a dungeon. It's like a dungeon. There's armor and there's swords and there's a big cauldron. It's just the architecture. This isn't even the House on the Rock anymore, remember? This is just now other houses on other rocks, I guess. So let's go down a little bit more over here to look. So like, you can't walk down in that one. They cover the stairs there, but here's just another angle of that room. I just love it. It's just like, what did they use it for? Just to sit and stay warm? To throw parties? Do they have some fun parties? Nobody knows. Alex Jordan, tell me your secrets. So over here we got a fun music machine. We're gonna see so many of them. This one isn't working, but I just wanted to show that like it has the fun rotating tines and things that plays the horns and the drum up there. But then you're starting to get the vibe of what we're gonna see in just a moment. It kind of becomes like a store all of a sudden, like a storefront. Like, what is that? What it is amazing. It's gonna be the streets of yesterday we're gonna see in just a moment. Some people have played one of the many fun things you can play over there, but I just wanna show you that this is just full of creepy dolls. Creepy doll, creepy doll, creepy doll, and then if you go over here, more creepy doll, more creepy doll, more creepy doll. So many creepy dolls. Next to all the creepy dolls, we got this little indented room. There's not too much here. It looks like there's an exit. There's a fun clock, and then obviously a big thing for us to play. I know we kind of heard in the background before, but I got a token. This is called the Seaberg. Let's hear this a little bit. Boop. I just love seeing all the mechanics move. Oh yeah, there you go. Yes. And look close at how it all goes. I think what I love about this is how it's actual real music being played. It's not just a record. It's incredible. And the fact that it looks like this is from 1921 there, the fact that this is maintained and still works is just, that's what's unbelievable about this place. How much still works. Like, just look at the way that moves. That is awesome. I love this. But now, on to the next part, the streets of yesterday. This is another one of the best reveals of the entire place, like the Infinity Room. If you don't know what this is, you're about to be surprised. So, oh, we're not there quite yet. First we get some more collections. No, these are actual Fabergé eggs. Okay, a lot there. You know, don't mean to like spoil you or like try to tease you like this. I keep thinking it's actually the absolute next thing, and then it's not. But then there's more to show, and I gotta show you more. So, Streets of Yesterday is coming up. I'll make sure that's a fun reveal. But until we get there, we do have the Dying Drunkard. So this is the Dying Drunkard. We're gonna see what he's all about. Ready? Here we go. Let's see. Oh, yep. He's dying and a skeleton's coming after him. Okay, that's nice. Okay, the devil's coming after him. That's awesome. And then, oh my gosh, I love this. This is like just simple mechanics, very simple animatronic. Oh, there's another guy down there. Do you see him? That's ridiculous. Oh, someone's doing another machine over there. This is great. This is like a little diorama, and it's just like simple things opening. And I love that it has the very simple title of the Dying Drunkard, and that just feels unique and special, and not something that would be purposely made today. So just looking at the window on the other side, there's some fun stuff in here. Again, wanting to show you absolutely everything. That's just the intention here, is to give you a full experience here. And there is this other machine that I told you a second ago. We heard it around. I guess you can shake his hand. Oh, I didn't even have to put a token in. What's gonna happen? What's Clutch gonna get today? Do I have to let go? Do I have to let go? And no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop! Stop. Slow down. And then stop. What am I? Who am I? I am patriotic. Go America, go, I guess. Okay, so that room was a lot more fun than I thought it would be, but now to the actual Streets of Yesterday. Look at this. It's a whole Main Street USA inside of a building. This is when the House of the Rock really just opens up and becomes like, what are you even doing here? What is happening? Why did he build this? And how come I can't have one for myself? Like, this is amazing. So this is gonna take us a bit to go through. There is so much to look at. There's a few things to do. It kind of feels Pioneer Village like, some of them. I don't think you can really walk inside a lot of this, but you can, like, all these facades have stuff in to look at. So there is so much. Like, it's an entire street. It's incredible. So we're gonna give you a big ol' once over of this place, because it is just fantastic what we have here. So to begin, we have another one of these ladies up here. I think this is not the last time we'll see one of these. But then we also have the Magician. This is another coin-operated thing. So let's go ahead, put that in, see what happens. Oh, nothing there. Okay. Still nothing there. And still nothing there. I think this one might actually not be fully functioning. But I guess I paid a token for a lot of creepy laughter. So we just started up there, we went down the ramp, and now I'm gonna come, there's the Magician, I'm gonna go to the back corner over here. So first, the fire station. Look at the fire station. Like it's all decked out to look like a fire station. They got an old fire kind of truck type of situation there. They got a big old fake dog here. People in the middle playing poker. I think that's one of the things I love so much about this. It's like the attention to detail. It's all static at this point, but it feels very alive. I love that. So let's walk out here, and you got, let's see, J. Grubb's Toys and Games and Dolls. So again, just fun facades, make it feel very alive. And I just love that the streets of yesterday have all this. So there's another thing down here, some more toys, and that's really all there is in this corner. But again, this section is really just about like the actual ambiance of the streets of yesterday and feeling all of that energy and then looking in all of those windows. And here's kind of a clock light hybrid store. There's some weird things in here if you really look deep. Like look at that thing. That's a heck of a clock right there. But these, I don't even know. I just love that we got all these things here. Gonna go across the way and check out, we got a barber shop. Might as well look in the barber shop. Barbering away. It does feel like it could use a mannequin or two. Like they have a lot. I know they have mannequins here, so it's interesting that we don't have them at this moment. Let's go to this next one. We got an apothecary. Ooh, this is kind of fun because it kind of goes in a little bit. So like a million bottles. Look at all these bottles. It's like, again, did you think this is what we were going to see when we started? Well, it is now. Well, it is. And it's just collections upon collections. It's amazing. You're hearing some fun stuff in the distance that we're going to see in just a moment. But, like, I just love looking at this. Like, I'm doing a full version for you, like, really taking my time. But, like, this could be something that lasts so much longer than even I'm looking at. Let's see what we got over here. We got Gunter Kolskopf, the wood carver. So a lot of wood toys here. This seems like a Geppetto shop if you were to ask me. But like, I love the variety and just all the work here. Like look at that. They try to make it that outside get inside feeling by like incorporating, I think this is a real tree here, incorporating that into the environment. And like that it goes up almost 2 stories. I don't think there's a lot with forced perspective as much, but it is amazing. So I think this is all very, very cool. But we still got a few more shops to look in. Oh, I passed this one up by accident. Here's the sheriff office. I just want to kind of show you that. The sheriff office here. For some reason, there's a hand in a anyway, and they got a jail in there. It's like being in a walk around amusement park. Okay, so you did see the hand, right? But did you already see what I just saw? There's also a head. He's not going to get ahead in life. Continuing on this way, I told you we'd see more of these. It's not the end of that. And there's just all this china, which is not as interesting, but it is me. I don't know. It just doesn't get me as much as some other things. But there's so many things to look at, and actually we're coming up to another little thing to try. This is a Sultan and the Necromancer. Let's try the Sultan and the Necromancer. Let's put the coin in, see what happens. What do you got for me, Sultan and Necromancer? You're very quiet, Sultan Necromancer. So he's doing that. He's just moving a little bit. Some of these are definitely more interesting than others. I don't know how interesting they're going to be until I put my token in. So you're going along for the ride with me. This is great. They make it again like a real street. They got a hot popcorn and peanuts, and like it's a whole cart here, and they got like fake peanuts. I'm assuming fake Cracker Jacks things. I think that's just great. And then, well, this is kind of a tease to where we're going. That's the music of yesterday. You can see there's a rope here. We're actually gonna get there in quite a while. We have a lot more to get to before there, but that whole section, I say it often here because it's one of the best sections, but every section's one of the best sections. Anyway, looks like here we got a horseless carriage type of thing. Oh, they meant a car. Making sure every nook and cranny is uncovered, just like an English muffin. So gonna go up these steps to show you this little place in here. We got a lamp store, but not just any lamps. Crazy, intricate, wonderful lamps. Look at these. So much wonderful lamp and lampness and lamposity. Or luminosity? That would have made more sense, Clutch. So as we continue along in the streets of yesteryear, it's hard to not spoil some of it because there's some people playing with, it's getting a little crowded here, but I want to go in this corner over here for a sec because there's a fun taxidermist in the corner, and that's something fun is if you go in, like between the places, you kind of miss it. So there's a taxidermist over here, this little corner, and then you look in here, and it is mostly dead bullfrogs. This place is whackity schmackity doo. Okay, so someone just put a quarter or a coin in the big, humongous, colossal, gigantic calliope. So we're gonna go check this out. Check this thing out. It's huge. It's incredible. I love this thing. It's gigantic, and there's so many instruments being played. Let me try to get a little closer for you here. I'm gonna sneak over here. And this is one of the most amazing pieces that they have here. It's like they actually have wind come through and blow into these to actually make the music. And I love that they have the animatronic band here. This is one of the best parts. So it is getting more crowds, so I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit just to like navigate the crowds, but it is wonderful. It's like being at a theme park. This music just gives you such a strong theme park feeling. And that's why Calliope music is the best. There's just this big box thing that is amazing. This is the blacksmith. It's kind of running already still. So you can see that we got the horse and carriage, and there's a mine up there with like dwarves and stuff and going up. Not everything seems to be moving because some of this is not moving there, but just this one is a huge one and it is really cool. These are fantastic. And next to that Calliope, you probably already saw it in the distance, but they have this behemoth of a thing. It says at the top, the Peter H. Burno, mighty in strength and endurance. Doesn't say what it is. Again, one of those things, I don't know what it's actually for. Maybe it was to pull the Calliope. That would make sense, but it looks like a humongous train engine tractor thing, and it is just a behemoth. This thing is incredible. I love this thing. So we got another one of those big box areas here. This one's called the Hillbilly. Let's get that in motion. Let's see what happens. So Hillbilly coming to town, and this is moving down here, looks like. So I don't know if it's gonna go up and start telling the story or what, but I'm loving this. The size of this is just huge compared to the other ones. So right now we just got stuff happening down here. I don't know if it's gonna keep going. Because, oh no, we got a little bit of motion way up there. It's kind of hard with the glare, but there is some stuff happening. Not much. And someone started the Calliope again, so it's gonna get loud. So anyway, just wanted to show you that as well. Not as much motion with this one, but it is still, again, the size of it is just impressive. Very impressive. As the Calliope blasts us out of the streets of yesterday, it's now time to go to the next section. One of the most impressive rooms to enter, honestly. They're all impressive. It's the Heritage of the Sea entrance. So the Heritage of the Sea is very nautical and such. If you don't know what we're about to see, that's funny. It is quite crazy what's in this room. It's the main feature is the whole thing. If you've seen American Gods, I believe you might recognize some of what we're about to see. I can't stop saying see, hilarious. So we're gonna walk up. You're gonna kind of see, again, sorry for the tease, but we're giving you a bit of a tease of what we're about to see. So here's a model actually of this humongous boat and this ginormous whale fighting a ginormous squid with a guy in a boat down there. Actually, I think the guy is not in the boat currently, so it's just a boat. But anyway, so this is actually a tease of what we're about to see. So, immediate spoilers? I don't mean to keep doing that. So again, Heritage of the Sea. Heritage of the Sea. So many sea-based activities. Got a cannon, got a ship, got a thing. But again, time for the biggest reveal. I have to speak over it a little bit because of the music, but look at this. This is a 4-story tall whale fighting a squid. And there's the man in the boat as I thought he would be. And you get to walk all the way around here. You get to go up in certain ways. There's, I think, actually a few different possible routes that you can take to get out of this room. But like, look at the size of this whale. Apparently from the tail all the way to the tip, apparently that is longer than the height of the Statue of Liberty. That's what I've been told, and that's what I'm saying to you. This, just a room to stand in, is one of the most incredible sights to see. Look at this. We're gonna go up. We're gonna get some amazing other angles. But before we actually start going all the way up and seeing also all this sea heritage, we got a few things over here to see. What do you got there? Upon closer inspection, it's an octopus's garden. It was obviously just playing a lot of music. No, it's not playing a lot of music, but I love that, again, animatronics, these, you put in the token there to make it play. There's actual, it's like living under the sea, you know, because darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. And just so you can kind of hear the octopus's garden going a little there, because I had heard it, and I don't know if because this is more copyrighted music, I gotta speak over this one, but I wanted you to see it in action a little bit more. So you got clams singing, you got drums playing, you got young kids hip hop beat bopping. I'm a millennial, I don't know what they do these days. So if you don't want to go on all these big ramps and go all the way through, what I was talking about, there's like a different way to go. You can go through these halls. This is the upper level bypass. So if you don't want to go on all the ramps, you don't want to see all the heritage of the sea, you can go this way to get to the next section. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up and down these hallways just to see what's there, and then we'll go up around the ramps. So going into that upper level bypass hall, just want to show you what we have here. It looks like we have a lot of like intricate art on, looks like probably whalebone if I had to guess. I don't know how, again, I don't know how authentic some of this is, because I know there's some interesting stuff with that to consider. There's stuff so much in these hallways. There's a lot to show. So I'm going to kind of like point out what's really, really interesting, or at least to me, or what catches my eye. Everything's interesting. Like there's just a million cute little teddy bears here. Again, sometimes it's collections upon collections. I think if I had to kind of guess, this is not as like, since this is the bypass, I think they probably don't make this as magnanimous. But I guess that's your own opinion. Because like, look at this, USS Choctaw. This thing in the middle here, what is, it's like a submarine boat thing. I love, again, they don't actually explain what you're looking at, and that's what kind of makes it fun, is you're not totally sure what it is, why it is, and that's fun. I love it. So it looks like we have over here, what do we got? Looks like spittoons. I think this is a collection of spittoons. Yeah, because there's cigars here, so that would make sense that it would be a collection of spittoons. You didn't think you were going to see a collection of spittoons today, but now Clutch has taken you to see a collection of spittoons. So I'm not going to go too far down this hallway since it kind of just goes into the next section. But we got all these, I guess, doll head vases. They actually tell you who you got it from. They acquire these doll head vases from Elise E. Vedder? Okay. Oh, you thought it was just one case of doll heads. Why did you think that? It's more than that. And no, it's not just 2 cases. No, it's in fact not just 3 cases. No, it's not just 3 cases. It's actually a total of 4 cases of doll heads. That is what we needed. 4, no more, no less. Across from all those crazy doll heads is this amazing carriage. This reminds me of like something you'd find at the Haunted Mansion, and I absolutely just think this is so cool. I like that there's also moose heads and deer heads all behind here. I don't know why. I don't care why. I just love it. I think this is just an awesome looking carriage. So it's worth it to just come down the bypass hallway just to see that. If you go there, that's actually where we'll end up eventually, so we're not going to go through there. We're going to go now back through the other side of that upper bypass hallway. Again, this place is huge. Full tour. So going back down that upper bypass hallway, we are on the other side of this crazy ship thing. They got all these fun camera things. A lot of like, it looks like you got some Polaroids back there, some other interesting things. I wonder if we can find a magic cube. If they have a magic cube, oh no, I think they do, look at that. Magic cubes, they got magic cubes. This place is amazing. If you don't know what magic cubes are, they're like a multi-use flash from cameras back in the day. They're just really nifty, weird old technology. I've talked about it actually in my Pioneer Village video. I actually mentioned this place in that video. You can watch that one right about meow. That is a wonderful place, but I talked in that video, and I'll talk here about how I love old kind of machinery or like old technology and seeing it, and I just think it's so cool what people used to do and think of. So this is really cool. And then we got one more thing over here. More and more collections. This looks to be all different lighters. You might not realize at first, but like these are all like different lighters. That's cool. There's grenade lighters, there's cannon lighters, a lot of different branded lighters, there's gun lighters, of course. This is awesome. I like this. Oh, so this is from the, again, sometimes they say who it's from, but it just says from the collection of Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth McGuire. It doesn't even tell you fully what you're looking at, other than it's their collection of spittoons and lighters. So the upper bypass is basically spittoons and tobacco. This is cool to me. There's a million cool lighters, but this one is neat because this says, it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but it says Marriott's Great America, and that's what I believe Six Flags Great America was called before they were Six Flags. So that's just a cool little random piece of memorabilia. So back in the Heritage of the Sea, obviously, while the Octopus Guard is playing again, everyone loves the Octopus Guard. Just want to get you a closer look of the man in the boat who's definitely about to die, because now I'm right under this big ol', you can see the inside of his mouth here. If you actually go up, you can see, you're gonna get there. We're gonna get some amazing angles. So now let's start going up this humongous ramp. So as we start going up the Heritage of the Sea section, I just want to kind of say that this is probably Clutch's not favorite part. A lot of it's just like looking at cases as you go around, but the best part about it, I mean, I'm going to show you a bunch in the cases. We're probably not going to linger too long, but it's just the constant angles you get of this guy. I mean, this is the bottom of the octopus here. I've only gone just a little bit, not that far, and it's just amazing that they build this whole waterscape in here with that. Like, you can never, it's like the house on the rock itself. You never really see the full thing from a great view. So it's just interesting to constantly get new and different angles and look at this big monster battle in the ocean. So that's the big draw of this section, but I'll show you some of the stuff that's in the cases here, as it's pretty great, because like you look around here and you got this really large, I'm assuming this is Poseidon. He seems to be a guardian of the sea of the USS Wisconsin here. So that's the only explanation for that guy. So I'm, again, just at the top of that first major ramp there, but now you can see the other side of that great octopus thing, and you can really kind of get, I'm trying my best to really help you see how good of an angle you can get of, like, you can see that monster, that guy there, that whale going crazy. And I love that they have all these seagulls like being disrupted by that, and just the attention to like the detail with the waves crashing and like the barnacles on his body. Like, just looking at this thing is one of the best parts. So it's ironic that like the room itself is not the most interesting to me, but what's in the center of it is close to the top part of this entire experience. So kind of going up, now we're at the kind of the second layer. I like this where it gets a little kind of tighter. There's some actually pretty cool, I mean, again, all these ships are great, but it's just a lot of nautical stuff without a lot of explanation, and it's really cool to see these models. And they actually have some cool kind of, it's not art, but I mean, yes, what is art? Who knows what? It's just pictures. I was gonna say, like, it's not necessarily paintings. What am I even trying to say, Clutch? It's all beautiful. I love it. Anyway, there's this fun tunnel here that you get to go in, so I kind of want to show a tunnel because Clutch loves tunnels. And there's some more, just like, looks like some more bone whale, yeah, some whalebone stuff, things like that. That actually kind of looks like a narwhal spear, if I know my narwhals. I don't know. Anyway, gonna show you just a few more of this, because again, I kind of like that there was an overhang here, and it was a kind of a cool angle. And then I wanted to give you the bit of the reveal of what this new angle of our big friend looks like. Not much. I thought we were coming to a better angle. We will get better angles. This is just his chin. There's your good angle. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. You kind of just seem like cresting the water almost. Oh, this is cool. But what's kind of neat, right across from him here, we have a humongous model of the Titanic. And not only is it the Titanic in the ocean, it's like the Titanic as it's being struck by the iceberg. Too soon, House on the Rock. Because now this is a boat on the rock. So this is one of the most fun angles of this entire whale. Like, you come up here and you get to see inside of his mouth a little bit better. Oh my god, the octopus is guarding again. I hope the glare isn't too bad on here, but like, you can actually, there's glass here now. I don't remember there being glass here, there probably was. But you can see in his mouth a little bit, and like, you can kind of see, let's see if we can get it there. He's got like debris in his mouth, like he just ate a boat, and it's just, like, it's crazy. Look at this. Look at these teeth. Look how huge this is. It's insane. I love this. This is absolutely better. There you can kind of see the boat a little better there. The octopus is guarded. Doesn't want to stop octopusing. So, but we got, again, on the other side, a bunch of ships, things like that. Now I'm going to be careful here, but like, again, you can see now we're up to his eye. But like, it's just an amazing angle here. And now you can see down where we were. There's the octopus's garden. There's the octopuses fighting the whale here, and it's amazing. And we're gonna keep going up this ramp a little bit more. I think this ramp does go to a dead end. I didn't show it on the camera just yet, but you continue, I believe, back at near the Titanic. I obviously see it in a sec, but as I keep walking up here, another fun angle. I think, again, what I love about this room is you just keep getting higher and higher. You start seeing the flipper better, you start seeing the tail better, you just get like all these fun angles. So as much fun as it is to look at all these cool boats that are on this side over here, it's really, to me, the Heritage of the Sea section about this humongous thing in the middle here. Like, the idea that this is taller than the Statue of Liberty is crazy to me, because like walking it kind of horizontally doesn't feel as tall as what I guess the Statue of Liberty feels like. But anyway, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go to the end to at least see everything on the top here. Probably get you a couple more views. These ships in particular seem quite intricate, and I love that down at the bottom here we do have some ships in bottles as well as humongous ships. And I don't know, this thing in particular, I don't know why, I really like it. It looks like something you'd find in a Legend of Zelda game for some reason. And then I did just want to show you this section because I got freaked out by something, and I want you to be there with me as we get freaked out by the scariest and most bizarre scuba diver in the entire world. That is a demonic man. Getting pretty close to the top of the Heritage of the Sea. I did like this submarine they have. It looks like it's a Soviet submarine, but I like that they have like the little cutouts here so you can kind of see inside and see the inner workings of it. I've been on a few ships where you can see the actual like engines and things, and I know nothing about it, but I just think the sheer ability of man sometimes is astounding, and how they build things. So like just seeing the inner workings of something of that scale is always very cool to me. But now that we are across from our good friend Mr. Whale at the very top here, another amazing angle. I love this. And then again, going back to our cases here, this is an extra special ship. This, again, and I say that just because I noticed it. It speaks to me. I just feel like it's larger, it's bigger, it is just super ornate, and I just find that very cool. Okay, this one's even cooler. There's colors and it's pretty and it looks kind of like it's very Pirates of the Caribbean like, and that's what got me. Anyway, look at this thing. It's huge. I don't even know how they would have gotten it up here, but it's just awesome. And I just wanted to show it to you because there's cannons and there's the thing that spins to make things happen, and it's cool. And here's a compass. Check out that compass. So we're now at the way tippy top with this amazing view of this amazing beast. Probably gonna have to get a few selfies in there. But now that that's taken care of, there's a few more things to look at over here. There's some ships and things like that, but I did mention before, like, this is actually technically a dead end. So you do come all the way up here to like check out a few more things up here, but there's actually a sign that I'll show you in just a sec of that, like letting you know like this is the end of the ramp. These are cool, definitely worth it to come up here, especially to get the angle of this beast right here. But I just want to show you this. There's a sign right here that says return down ramp to continue the tour. So we do have to go back down kind of like halfway. It's actually, there's the Titanic hitting the iceberg right there, and that's actually where you exit from the Heritage of the Sea section. But before we go back down, look at this guy. Look at it. Look at that. You can just see it right in his mouth. Like, every angle is interesting. That's what's great about climbing up here, is that you can't see the whole thing from one place, and so you just have to go around and get a lot of weird, interesting angles, and here's one of them. As I am walking back down, I just want to show some more of the really awesome angles here, but a couple other fun things I noticed. It might be hard to hear because the music's finally stopped, but waves are crashing. You might be able to hear waves crashing there. Yeah, it might be a little hard, but they are there. And then also at the way top, I didn't notice that before. I thought that was just part of the fins. No, that's the visual of the wave crashing. So again, it's fun to go up, and then it's fun to come back down, because you continually get some just amazing viewpoints and angles and perspectives. And that's what life is all about. Getting different perspectives. Wow, getting deep there, Clutch. And in the Heritage of the Sea section, that checks out. So coming down that big old ramp, you can see there's actually, so as the Octopus's Guard is playing yet again. Oh my god, I've heard it now 14, 1500 times. At the end of this ramp, you come back down again. You don't have to go all the way up to the top if you don't want to. It is great. Oh, I'm just noticing there's like stuff on the top there. Look at that. I keep discovering stuff. Anyway, we continue this way to go to the next section. You continue, and then after you continue, I don't know about you, but I think we need to continue. So you get kind of a basic hallway here, and I believe the next section is a tribute to nostalgia. I'm gonna look at the map for this one as we're walking. Look at the hallway. Look at the hallway. Let's see. I'm looking at the map. Yeah, tribute to nostalgia. Good memory, Clutch. So this is so far the most boring hallway in the entire House on the Rock. But if you remember, we went through the bypass. There was that cool carriage, but now you also have a second really cool carriage here. So definitely worth going through both things to like check it out. There's some fun stuff on the walls. There is kind of circusy. There's actually an entire circus section coming up later in the third section, so that's going to be crazy. But now we'll go to here, and we will be entering the tribute to nostalgia. So this room has some hot air balloons. This feels kind of like you're at the land at Epcot at first because of that. Like, look at this. It's like they got explorers in there and things like that. So this room is just amazing in its size. This, I will say, as we go through it, you'll see this one feels a little bit more random. They say tribute to nostalgia. It just feels like a bunch of kind of random-ish stuff, but it's still all great. And this is actually where you can get lunch, which I'll be getting in a little bit. But like, look at this. I love trains. You know I love trains. I have many videos about trains, but something I love about trains is seeing stock certificates in train companies. I just love the way they are built. They feel like they're really humongous dollar bills, and I find that very cool. And I didn't know I was going to talk about that right now, but here we are. Anyway, still going down because I want to show you, like, there's bicycles up there, there's kites up here. There's so much fun stuff. We're obviously going to go down there and I'll show you everything that's there, but it's really just a nostalgia thing. Oh, we got a lot of like marionette puppets over here, masks over here. It's, again, collections upon collections. When I told you it was collections of collections, I wasn't kidding. So yeah, we're going to go down here. We're going to keep going on this big old ramp. Again, if you did the upper bypass, you would not be seeing this. So just keep that in mind. If you want to see what I'm looking at right now, you got to go up at least halfway in the Heritage of the Sea. But there's a lot of interesting stuff down here that we're going to check out. And once we get to some more relatively interesting stuff, probably that, I will meet up with you. So at the end of that ramp, or not really the end, but like midway down, we get like some of the doors that like around the house. And I like that this blue lights everywhere. I think that's cool. But then a lot of just model trucks, things like that. Again, this is the type of stuff where I could like stand here for a really long time. Like, to me, I'm giving you the fullest tour possible without lingering. I think I should put a big asterisk in my video about, like, it's the full ultimate tour without lingering. But because, like, if I showed you every little thing, it would take multiple days to probably do this because there's so much to look at. But that's what's great about it. I do want to point out this because I love Lionel trains. I love the blue with the orange, so that's just, I love model trains. That's again, trains, miniatures, big thing for me that I love. So I wanted to show you that one, but like, just great collections upon collections. And then this, I very much enjoyed this right here because this is meant to represent a Rube Goldberg machine. I love Rube Goldberg machines. If you're not, let me get a closer look there. If you're not really sure what a Rube Goldberg machine is, you've probably seen them before, understood it. It's basically when, it says it right here, of, pertaining to, or being a contrivance that brings about by complicated means what apparently could be accomplished simply. So basically, it's making a machine that does something simple, but it's really complicated to make it done. Think the beginning of Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he makes breakfast. That's a big old Rube Goldberg machine. Think the beginning of Back to the Future when some of the when like the clocks are going off and things are happening. Like, those are Rube Goldberg machines. Anything where like balls are going and setting off stuff and like things move. Look up Rube Goldberg on YouTube. And it does stuff. So like this, I've never seen this work, so I don't think it does, but you can see like there's strings, there's like a bird might be pulled here. Looks like that guy would blow something and make something happen. Like, it looks like it is moving slightly, like this air valve would move. Oh, so there's motion, but it's not doing a big Rube Goldberg thing. You know, I've never actually seen this move at all, so this is great. So it's giving you the idea, like, the string would move, the chicken would lay an egg, the egg would cause that. Hey, it's actually doing stuff. Wow, I've never seen this actually work. This is so exciting. So it'd be like, yeah, again, like the egg would lay, which would cause the hand to push the button, which caused that to light up, which causes this to go over here. This is great. I mean, this is not as representative of what a Rube Goldberg in action would look like, but at least it's moving. See, that's what's great about the House on the Rock. They constantly are making it so that things are not defunct. They are actually active. And I've been here 3 times. This is the first time I've actually seen it move. So that was great. Anyway, again, you're probably seeing in the background lots of fun stuff. Let's go down and figure out what all that fun stuff is. It's a wall of Burma shave. All right, made it to the bottom of the ramp. Let's see what we got down here. We got the Throne of Passion. I'm not gonna even try it. All right, we'll go in there in a sec, but I want to go around first. We also have a humor tester. I just wanted to show it to you. It's a little hard for me to show me doing it, but you got a fun humor tester, and it does look like you could put a token in there to get it. So that's pretty good. And then it looks like around here we got some fun vehicles. So I know there's some really cool stuff on the other side that we'll get to in a sec, but like this is the bottom of that Rube Goldberg machine, that big thing. Right now it just looks like some random wagons. Still cool. Still like the random wagons. But let's see what else. We got an old car over here. Oh, but this is nice. We got a tiled little car. Humongous, kind of looks like a Calliope organ thing, but I don't think this one works. So, not sure what's going on now. But over here is where it gets cool. First, we got a hearse. Very, very, very much like Haunted Mansion. But then this over here, this is the big one. Steam-powered hearse. Look at this thing. It's got a humongous like steam engine on the front. I'm assuming steam. I don't actually know. I'm not an engineer. But like, and then it's got the back there. That's just fantastic. That's awesome. But then we got this tiled car over here that just looks really cool. And it actually has an explanation. It's a tile car. The tile car from Art Donaldson's personal collection. So this was a 1963 Lincoln Continental with suicide doors. If you know what that means, you know what that means. And we got a popcorn wagon here. It looks like a big old wagon. It's got like popcorn stuff in the back. And then we got the stagecoach over here. And what's fun, like from this angle, I like this angle right here. This one in particular, because it kind of feels like it's got that inside yet outside feeling with the trees and the buildings. And I like this little touch here where the tree is going through the roof there. Again, I love the way they incorporated, I think, the actual terrain into this building. It looks like it's actually going through for some of it. That one, these are not. But it just feels like now I'm in this sort of little village. Like, look at this. It's a sort of little village. Let's check out the sort of little village. Okay, we're in the sort of little village now, and it kind of has a Swiss vibe to me. And I say it has a Swiss vibe because this looks like a fountain to me. That one of the few countries outside of America I've been to is Switzerland, and there's fountains everywhere. And this looks like one of them where you could just like, you could take, like they're in public, and you just take your glass or your water bottle, fill it up. That's what that looks like to me, and I love that. So this, yeah, look at this. And you go this way, it's just great. If it's not Swiss, tell me where it's actually from. It probably could be any European city. I just haven't been to much of Europe yet. I'm going to fix that soon. Walking back to that camera shop, again, there's the popcorn carousel popcorn carriage there. And so this looks like a camera shop of sorts where there's a lot of just old cameras. I love this. Looks like you could see someone doing the hoochie coochie right there. That's a Carousel Progress reference. I'm not weird. Anyway, I guess I am weird. I don't know. I love this. I love seeing all these old cameras and seeing it all like in one place where you can kind of compare side by side what they look like. That's something I like about collections, especially ones that go through like the years and different times, is really seeing like side by side what they look like or how they evolved. Now this has a lot more signs in the back than most places, so they're really explaining it more than they usually do. And down here you got some viewfinders, which is pretty cool. Like lots of stuff. Now this makes me feel like I'm looking at the Harold Warp's Pioneer Village more than other places. Like that's a big like feeling of what this place is like all those collections. Well, let me just show this middle part here. Middle part. More cameras. These are kind of cool. These are older. I don't know. I think these big things are just, look at that. That's crazy. Anyway. That's pretty much everything in the nostalgia, the tribute to nostalgia area. But so just a couple more things to point out over here though, and then we're gonna go to the next section. So it's at this point where you can get actual food. So this is a good point if you've been watching the whole thing. I'm gonna check my clockometer in my pocket here. And we are about 2.5 hours into this. Now I'm going a little slower because I'm filming everything. You could probably go a lot faster, but so just to give you an idea of where we are, so there's actual ice cream here, where you can, like, this is real ice cream that you can get, and then over here, the tour actually does continue in this area, but this is also where you can get food. So you'll notice there's like a ramp up there. That's where the bypass for the Heritage of the Sea would have come out. It would have come out here. But then, again, the actual tour continues this way, but this is also where you can get lunch. So they actually have a small little shop over here, or a cafe. I don't know what you want to call it. It's not super dense with options, but to show you, it's like, it's a lot of pizza by the slice. They have brats, hot dogs, chicken salad sandwich, some basic stuff there. So nothing too complicated. So not gonna linger here too much. I do like that they have all these great like circus humongous posters on the wall. Those are great. And just the vibe in here is fun. It does smell like cheap pizza in here, I must say. But we're gonna get some lunch and I'll see you once we go to the next part. So lunch was pretty good. That pizza was hefty and it tasted pretty okay. I mean, definitely nothing special, but it wasn't bad. It was quite substantial. Anyway, now we're get to go back to the house on the rock tour to one of my favorite sections, the music of yesterday. So we saw the streets of yesterday, so now we're gonna go to the music of yesterday. And we actually saw a sneak peek of this before, if you remember, because we saw this, because just like unspoil it, reverse spoil, I don't know. If you look, you're now circling back around to the streets of yesterday. So that's where the Calliope was and all those fun things. And so now we're going down this area here where there's a lot of really interesting automated, like automaton music machines. And that's what's really cool about this section. So let's go and check out all that. I did just want to get a shot of this amazing sign. So this again, that first one is just guiding you. This is the music of yesterday, presenting the magnificent machines of a magnificent era. And so we got this fun little, I guess, Beast Rose right here. I don't know. But again, a lot of automated music, but what I love is that as you come in, there are buttons. We get to do stuff. I get to actually control it, and it doesn't cost me a quarter or a token, which I think are technically 50 cents a piece. Well, isn't that great? Is there any more? No? No? Yes, yes. Ha ha ha. Angry child, bang. Bang your cymbals. Get to touch that and do that. So not all of them have it, but some of them do. So I don't think I ever noticed that before. Again, third time here. But anyway, so I imagine these rooms are going to be a little crowded, and it's probably going to get a little loud for some of it. So again, I kind of teased you because I got to put a quarter in here. So this is the Absinthe House piano. This is great. I believe I've been to the actual Absinthe House in New Orleans. I do not have a video of that. I went there before I had this channel, but I've been to the Absinthe House, and we're gonna play the Absinthe House piano. Let's see if that works. Oh, yep, definitely. And you can see it moving up there, and that's how it makes the music. Look at that. Look at it. It's amazing. Yeah, get that New Orleans jazz going. Yes, yes, yes. Like, let's look close. Look close. You can see all the individual like keys being played. I love the way the paper gets pulled, and then like it's just look closely here. You can see it actually going. It's just, I think it's amazing that it works where it's just a chaos pile of paper. That's right, it's a chaos pile of paper. I love it. Anyway, let's go into the first room just over here. So as we go to the music of yesterday, it is still very much like these streets of yesterday. And someone's already playing this, so let's get a free show. Look at that. This is Miss Kitty's Boudoir. Look at this. That's great. You got an actual saxophone playing music. Got the cello here. This is great. I'm just speaking a little loud in case that this is copyrighted music, so I don't want to get too much trouble. It's all Benny Hill. This is awesome. I love it. This isn't even the best room of this part. This is just the first room. Oh my God. This entire experience is literally the best place in the world. So across from Miss Kitty's Boudoir, we got another little section over here. Got a couple things to do. You can do the graveyard scene. You guys want to see the graveyard scene? So we're going to show you the graveyard scene. Here we go. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a scene in a graveyard. You got that opening there. Again, I like the simple mechanics of it. It's great. It's a small scene, but not too much going on, but that's great. Okay. Yeah, you get the idea. A couple people poking out, scary. But across from this, first of all, I just love that this is in its own little room here. We got this humongous thing on like wheels. It's like it's like a hearse carriage, but it is the, let's see. Yeah, it is. Pontabla hearse. Okay, you ready for this? Let's check it out. There you go. And away we hearse. Yes? Anything? There you go. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's creepy. That's great. Oh my gosh, playing the song that I don't know the name of, but it's like when you're dead and it's evil. Evil! Oh, look how great that is. Oh, did you see that? You see, it's actually like the air is actually blowing up there. Did you see that? That was awesome. This is... Okay, so this section, the music of yesterday, is probably gonna take a little while, because there's a lot of great stuff in here. Yes! 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 Oh, when the saints come marching, yes! Then you go and watch Hello, I Am Clutch, because he shows so much of the house on the rock. Hey! So we're gonna go now a little further. I just forgot how great the actual streets of yesterday bleed into the music of yesterday. There's again so much more. There's, let's see, is there anything hiding over there? No, just a cute little door. But there's so much great stuff in here. Look at the size of this. This is called the Peacock. And no one's here, so, oh, look at all the accordions. We haven't seen accordions yet. So obviously, we gotta hear some accordions. Let's go. Boop. Oh yeah. I love that it's all New Orleans-y. Oh yeah, you can hear the air really winding up, ready to go. Oh yeah, that's great. It's over here on the left. Ah! Yes. Yeah. Okay. Try to get a little... I'm not seeing what's making the music, but I'm hearing it good. Oh, I hope all these accordions kick into high gear in a sec here. Yes, there you go. Oh yeah. And I just love that all this crazy music is happening with like all the outside ambiance of this place. Like there's a big old thing here, and then all this crazy just music playing up there. That's great. This is so much fun. Again, I know this is gonna be a long one hearing all this music. But while we're doing that, let's just take a look over here in the silk purse, because that is some amazing tea machines. I love these. And again, I like hanging the music while we're looking at all this craziness. It just, again, everything here at the House on the Rock just feels like it's just a little bit extra. So this section in here, as we continue for the music, it becomes butterflies. Many butterflies, all the butterflies. My wife would be terrified. And I'm, actually, they're all dead. She might actually be happy. Oh my gosh, that sounds evil. Anyway, more butterflies, more butterflies, more butterflies, and then, oh look at that, there's some stuff over there. It almost looks like the actual House on the Rock over there. I don't think it, we're not back at the house, no. We are going, that's just the stair bypass. So, there's some stairs up here, and now we get to go to the Blue Room. Blue Room is, I think, if I recall, I like the Blue Room and the Red Room the most of all here, and the Mikado. Okay, I like everything. What am I even trying to say? So let's kind of walk in here and see what we got. So this is the Blue Room. Look at this thing. This is why I like the Blue Room. It's like this humongous, humongous space with many things here. This is a great one. So let's go ahead and play you some music from the Blue Room. let's see what we get. So blue room going in. Here we are. All right, red light's on. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Quiet. There you go. Yes. Yes. Check it out. There's just something hauntingly beautiful. I love, like, the combination of the wires on everything. Like, look at all, like, the wires and the mechanics combined with the vibe of the room. Just get me, man. Oh, I love this. Like, I remembered how much I loved it, and then I started playing it for you, and I remembered even further how much I loved it. This is fantastic. Because it's not just like violin, like you get so many different instruments. And I wish I could say them all, because I think that's oboe and clarinets, and you got harps and pianos, and you got a whole xylophone, and you got drums. Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Going down the stairs from the blue room, you got this fun. Oh my gosh, look at this. Holy mama. What? I don't see a way to start this thing. This thing is amazing. This looks like, so this was called the Franz Joseph. It looks like there used to be a machine there to run this, so I guess this is not running at present, but like, look at the size of this. Look at this, is huge. There's like full tubas in there, and there's instruments galore. Oh man, I feel like I saw this working when I was here previously. This one is, gosh, and I know this is not even the biggest one. So this is just fantastic. Sorry it's not working. We'll find some more working ones for you. I wanted to quickly show you this cool kind of 3D painting here quickly because they started this next room. This is one of my favorite things. Oh, they're playing Danse Macabre. This is the Mikado. This is one of the best ones. And this music is amazing. This is, oh my gosh. I'm gonna sit back just so you can see it. They have a bench for this one so you can watch. But if you hear the music, this is Danse Macabre, or Macabre. And it just makes me think of the ride Danse Macabre at Efteling, a ride I've never been on, that I'm hoping to go on next year. And this is just beautiful. I'm gonna just show this for a second. Like, this one's cool with the fans. And, oh, there's like a crazy guy in the middle here. Look at this. Insanity. God, I love it. Yeah. One of the people at the front told me this is her favorite room, and I can understand why. Oh, God. You can hear the smile on my face. So someone started a second time, and what's I think kind of cool is I don't think I realized it plays different songs. I thought every room played the same song, but I might be very mistaken. I'm just not going to spend that much money to figure that out, but at least in the Mikado room, you get different songs. I just want to give a little bit more appreciation to this room because there's a lot of detail in here. There's like these interesting bird cages all around, fun lights, lanterns, and like these bells going off. And so like you sometimes, I think what's cool about this one, you can't exactly see always where the instruments are. The end. Great. So I think like if you saw this right here, like right there, that little guy hit that bell, and so like it's kind of hidden exactly where some of the instruments are and where they're coming from, and I think that's just a cool part of it. But also just to give you a little closer look at these fine gentlemen here. There's this guy blowing his horn up there, and this guy drumming his drum here, and it just, I kind of like that we have kind of the animatronics as part of this. So just a little extra appreciation for the Mikado. As we continue in here, it kind of becomes just like a little kind of corner shop area almost. Again, I know there's a lot of Asian influence in the design of the original house, and obviously you can see that here as well with some of that. And so We got the monkey and the bear over here. Just gonna show you this one because it's kind of creepy. I'm running a little low on my tokens right now. I don't know when my next replenish spot is, so I don't want to get, I'm gonna be a little selective for the immediate future because I've been playing so much, but just want to show you all this amazing stuff. Like, I like, again, not so much, it's not as much about what's inside, is that we're like, it's almost like you're in a street facade. It feels incredibly like the video game BioShock to me, if you know that. I like to make video game references, and this is like the ultimate feels like BioShock kind of place. And here's another amazing floor to ceiling, like almost 2 floors, maybe almost 2.5. This is the Blue Danube, and it's playing lightly here, so that's good enough for me. But like, look at this, and I do like, again, they have kind of a viewing bench for you, should you get a little exhausted and just want to sit there. This tree is definitely a fake tree, this is not a real tree this time. But like, just, again, the details, if you look really close at everything here, trying to help you, there's so much to see. And it's doing a lot of cool stuff. And I like that they do incorporate some of the tree in there and give it that nature kind of peeking in. But it's just, everything here, this whole section, the music of yesterday is great. And I love that it goes into the corner as well. Like, look at this room. I'm gonna back up and look at that to really like look at, I mean, I get the ceiling cuts it off. It's so big, this one. It's fantastic. But I think we're getting to what is arguably one of the best rooms of this entire experience. And I'm gonna say that, and then I'm probably teasing you again. I think it's next, but it might be some more. So we'll find out very shortly. Yep, I teased you again, I'm sorry. There's so much more to this house than, I say the house, the whole experience that I remember, but like, this is just amazing. This doesn't even look like it's playing anything currently, or it's just the intricateness of the wood carving is just awesome to me. But there is a piano here that you can play if you want to. You could put a token in for that. And then, let's see, down here it continues kind of more that like streets of yesterday vibe, more shops and things like that. But what's cool in this one, look at this. Look at these cash registers. This is ridiculous. Man, how big was money back in the day? Still looking at some of those cash registers, like, they're incredible. Like, they're huge. These, I just like the analog nature of some of these things. Like, it's just really cool to me. And like, how does this work? Look at this. Okay, that's 2 on top of each other. I think that's 2 different ones. I thought that was 1 for a second, but that big apparatus at the bottom, I'm not even sure the idea of what that is or how this works. But so as we're going through the music of yesterday and going through this, I just love, again, how, like, you can see it's so inside yet outside feeling. I love that so much. I love that it feels like we're walking on streets somewhere. This is so great. And just the way it all looks and the way it all feels. And I think there's still more. This is so much, again, it's been 6 years since I've been here. You can hear the excitement because I feel like I'm discovering it for the first time again, because I forgot, I swear that it was just room to room with the music part, but it's actually so much more than that. This is like an optometrist office, so it's like we're actually kind of on the backside of the streets of yesterday. And so, look here, we got another big music box. So there's a few things here. There's the Comet disc player, and then we have the El Dorado music box for this big thing. I think this feels like it's worth it. I got a few left to get. The one thing is, now that I need the tokens, there have been token machines. So let's, oh, look at all these locks. There's a bunch of locks, and unlocking the music. Look at that. Oh, that's fun. You see that? There you go. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Cha. Cha. Yeah. 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 Look. All the pieces just moving. Look at the mechanics. Look at the spiral. Look at the billowing air to make music. This is great. Yes. Definitely worth it. Always worth it. Man, I can't believe how much I teased you about the fun room. That was actually pretty quick. Anyway, moving on. We got this great, like, farm machinery. This is craziness. And then, again, this is an AIDA, A-I-D-A music box. Another humongous one. And it's kind of just amazing how many tokens you could use. I know there was a lot, but I need more. I need more money for more tokens. There's so much great stuff. So we got some more collections coming with, like, all these swords. That's fun. And again, I kind of like, I really did forget how much this part of the music of yesterday continues the idea of the streets of yesterday. And so, like, again, we got like this is a dairy, I guess, with a horse pulling the dairy there. And then we got one more big box here. This is called the puppet piano, because we got some kind of, I guess, like puppety things over there. But now we're actually at the room I was talking about. This is the red room. This is my favorite room of the music of yesterday. Walking into the red room, and let's see, there's a lot of people here looking, so you're gonna see why this is so great. Look at this room. Have you seen this room? Yes, I'm in it. Look at this. My God. Oh, that's great. And I didn't even have to spend my token. Get ready for a crash. I told you to get ready, and even I got scared. This is... I think I just love it because it's so hauntingly gothic, and something about that gets to me. This is great. It's also the size. Like, look at this chandelier. Like, this isn't even the craziest chandelier we're gonna see today. But yeah, there you go. This room is amazing. And you don't realize how big it is because, like, it's domed at the top there, but these aren't mirrors. They kind of look like mirrors, but it's actually holes. So it's actually, we're like in a humongous warehouse here. So it's even hard to tell how humongous this room is. And I'm being quiet because there's a lot of other people near me, and I don't want to disturb them too much. But like, when you look close at a room like this, there's so much going on. It's like a live action I Spy. Like, look at this. There's tigers pulling, and lions pulling a carriage here. There's a humongous harp here. Like, what is this? This is just, there's like these great chairs. There's so much in this room that it's just crazy. Like, this back here is a humongous clock. This is seriously one of the best rooms. I love it so much. I love this room so much. I love this room so much that I'm going to use one of my tokens to give you the full show here. So we're going to give you the full show, no commentary. So get ready for this. Here we go. restroom. So after all of the streets and yesteryear and the music of yesterday, we have the Spirit of Aviation. This is actually one of, I think, like the smallest sections. It's let's say ho-hum. I'm gonna go ho-hum. But I still want to show you. It's still definitely worth seeing because after this is probably the most famous part of the entire House on the Rock. So check this out. We got a lot of planes up there, so that's actually pretty cool how much we have up here. So it's like just talking about aviation a little bit. There's a few displays. There's like there's newspapers, a few things here. Again, this section has never really stood out too much to me. It's a lot more reading than a lot of the rest of the House on the Rock, but cool Shell Station pump here. This is probably my favorite part of this section is we got this cool diner, and I like that they got that going. You got someone talking on the phone over there. I like this part of it, except for that bit of terror. Look at that terror right there. But anyway, it's a cute little diner, nothing too complicated there. And then over here though, this is pretty cool. I don't even know what this is. It just looks like some behemoth tractor thing. And I love that kind of thing. If you know what this is, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what this guy is. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the Spirit of Aviation. Again, not too much there. But now we're gonna go to, and I'm probably teasing you again, I think it's next, but there might be a couple things right before it. But definitely in a few moments we're gonna get to what is definitely probably one of the biggest highlights of the entire experience of the House on the Rock that I feel like is the most famous part of it. So let's keep going. So to semi-spoil what we're gonna be going to, again, I think it's next because it's saying it here, we're continuing to the Carousel. So we're going up a few ramps here, and there's some stuff on the wall here. I don't think there's too much before it. Maybe a few things to look at, but we're gonna get to the carousel. If you haven't seen this carousel, it is apparently, I believe, the biggest indoor carousel in the world, or at least they say as much. So just wait a few moments. We're about to see this craziness. Yep, it is. I wasn't actually teasing you too much this time. You might see the light of it, but we're gonna get close here. But look at this. Here it is. The world's biggest indoor carousel. Look at the insanity of this thing. Look at that. You unfortunately can't ride it, but this is like the crowning jewel of the entire place. If you've ever seen the show American Gods, this was featured in that. Like this actual carousel. Look at all these chandeliers. We're gonna look around this room for a little bit because there is so much to see in here. But this is really like one of the biggest things about House on the Rock that people know, they've seen, and it is incredible. So if we get a little bit closer, you can see a lot of amazing animals. Not much up and down happening, but if you look closely at what is on this carousel, I know one interesting fact. There are no horses. No horses on the carousel. It's all mystical creatures. You got some elk there, you got a person, like it's going by fast. There's a camel here. There's a man in a mask thing. There's zebras. There's sea unicorns. Like this is pretty incredible. You got a lion, walrus. The stuff that you can see here, I'm gonna go a little closer to show you. Like it is amazing what's on this carousel. And obviously as you walk in, it is just incredible. But to show you around the room is laden with all these angels and creatures and things. Like it's a lot of angels, a lot of women with wings up here, and it's just insane, this room. So I think we'll actually be on that platform at some point as part of the experience. But like this is just an amazing room, an amazing space. Like just look at this carousel, look at it. So here it says, so it's not the largest indoor carousel, it says the largest in history. Over 20,000 lights, 182 chandeliers, 269 animals. This weighs 36 tons, and I guess they made this in Easter of 1981. So this is amazing. So it says these animals are among the most unique collected from all over the world, and like I already told you, there is not one horse on this carousel. House on the Rock, you've done it again! So while I could stare at this for hours and hours and hours, I want to look a little bit across the way to see all the horses that could have been there, but are not. But I love that music is playing. This whole drum goes off every now and again, and then across the way over here, we got these big, oh, I don't even know what you'd call them. They're big musical steam engines and things. This is called the Zephyrian. I don't even know. These just are amazing looking. This is Egbert Munson's celebrated mechanical wheel. Oh, I guess it's talking about a fair, like just whatever these are, whatever they can be. It's something with ironworks and things like that, but it's just fantastic. Gosh, I forget how great this room is. I've been here before twice, and this is the greatest room. Before the greatest room. Oh my gosh, this is just... this place is fantastic. Thank you, House on the Rock. Thank you for making this clutch so happy. Another thing I just love about this room is the way that the music is coming from the side. So there's stuff coming from over here, but then like we've seen in all the music of yesterday, the music, they're actually banging the drums over here, the bell up there. Look at this bell, it is actually ringing non-stop, this thing, and of course as I point to it, that's when it stops ringing. I promise you it was working a second ago. But like all the music is actually happening from right here as well, and I think that's just a great part of it. It is really quite loud in here, so I want to thank you for coming along with me through section 2 of the House on the Rock experience. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you can see that up here. And next is coming up is going to be part 3. That's going to be right here. So if you haven't seen one of those, go ahead, check those out. They're pretty great. If you want to see also one extra thing, maybe that's not this, a different adventure, check that guy up there. It's probably covering my face right now. I don't really care. Anyway, hope I'll see you in one of those. Until then, I'll say goodbye. I am still Clutch.